Hi, my name is Harry Wills, and welcome to the Welcome Home Show. Along with my co-host Mark Cabroy, we'll be showing you a series of home improvement projects that we've worked on during the summer, like this brick soup behind me. So sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the show.
It's an existing roof deck that's been here for a couple of years, and what we're adding is to this section here is going to be a pond, an above ground pond. These panels here are going to be positioned in the front. I'm going to show you how that's going to set up there, and that's going to give a little decorative front to that whole section there. We're going to complete the decking up here, and we're going to close off the back of the table here area. And this decking, and this is going to be removable panels so that you can get to the drain to clean the drain out, or if there's any problems in the future. And from this point, from this decking, we're going to have steps that take you up to this next level. But that's the project here, is to complete this decking here with removable panels. And we're going to have a pond here, above ground pond with the water plants in it and some fish. Now what has to come is the liner, and we see that the electrician, he did his wiring. He wired around here to set up so that we can have a light. Have a light in the pond. So that's set up for that, and we got the inside pieces, and then also he ran a wire around to include a receptacle that's going to be exposed out on this side. And we also was working in this area too, where we completed a landing. This is a landing here, and we're going to also close up. Well, then we're going to have the steps that go up to the next level up here, and we started those steps. So what we tied in here is the frame. So the steps are going to go up to this area, and then we'll cross over to the landing here and continue with another set of steps, because we have the stack here, so we're going to have to step around. And we also did the decking in, and these are removable decking so that you can get to the drain. We haven't put any marks on it yet, but holes, but you know, you'll be able to get in here and you'll be able to clean out. There's a drain on the other side. You'll be able to clean out whatever you need. Put that back. And then here we're going to close this up with a couple of doors. And here the electrician has the box for the light switch. That's going to turn off and on the light at the pond. Alright, and this will be closed up. So this is where we are now. we're here at a job site, checking out putting in the deck back here on the backyard deck, and we're in the process of trying to complete it out. No, we got some benches going in the back, and that's what we're working on now with the flower boxes. You can see flower boxes are going to be in the rear. And we got a couple of trees we worked around. You can see the detail there.
The next stage is putting in the rest of the uprights for the bench, and there's two more to put in. One here, and we'll start dressing from this end down. And that will kind of give us almost a little finish there. And then after that, we start putting on the pieces to actually make the bench itself. And that's where the finishing touches. This is where the beauty of this whole thing comes around.
Well, we have stairs. We have a frame right now. This is the stair frame. We put in the cement for the support. And we're going to work on the stairs after we finish the rest of the support over here. The frame. The frame has to be finished. Then we put the stairs in. Just one 12-inch step. Step, step.
All right, thank you.
Patched up the cement. And it's all coming together.
Beautiful.
All right? No, we're not doing anymore. Yeah, no, not anymore. Okay, the first part of replacing a new stoop is removing part of the existing stoop that was there. Basically, the center, which we're going to use for lot 4, the foundation, will be left in case, and we're going to build a new step around it. Once that's done, we start to level the area using our level to make sure that we don't have too much tilt to either side. And then we start placing the bricks and in the perimeter for setting up the step itself. Then comes the mortar. The mortar is mixed at a certain consistency, and the mortar was placed on the brick, and then we started to build basically the perimeter.
Uh-oh, like that one.
Yeah, right. So much? Yeah, come to me. Very good. Okay, give me the pen.
Now we're putting in the concrete treads. First the mortar is set on top of the bricks which the tread is going to lay on, and then it's leveled off to somewhat. Then the tread is put on, and then slightly tapped, and again using our level, we set it in place. And then from there, we go on to the next level, setting up the next tread, and so on and so forth until we get to the top.
One behind you. One behind you.
There are a large variety of bricks that you could use for this project. Some decorative, some plain. The threads themselves could be either smooth on the outside or basically decorative like we have on this particular project.
That's it, Nike. Oh boy.
They're gonna say, steps in that. All right, come inside. Sit on the track there. There he is, right there. Let's go to the
Yeah.
Hold on, okay? Get the level in there. Pull it up to the edge of the level. There's a little rain out here, but these guys don't want to quit. So we had a little rain, but they don't want to quit. What about you on the weed?
The mortar is mixed at a certain consistency. It's placed on the brick, and I was very impressed by the way that it was done. I mean, these guys were very handy at what they did. Once the mortar is put on, if you use an old piece of old paper bag, once you set the bricks in, it gives a really nice rough finish to the mortar once it's the treads have been set in. And basically that concludes how we built the Stepford Summer.
Put in here is double French doors plus we put some openings on either side and above the doors, and that's going to be installed. The glass panes are going to be installed in there so that you can still see through this door, with the panel to the left and a large panel to the right and a panel above which will house stained glass and clear glass on each side. What we did with the file cabinets, we installed those into the wall to save some space. This is going into that existing closet, and this area here, which is another file cabinet, which a desk will be attached to the top of this and stretched over to the bookcase here. The bookcases were put in, and you can see they're still just being completed. They've just been completed, and they're going to be painted. And over here you can see where the closet used to be. You can see the existing opening where the closet was, and you can see the work that was done on the floor to close off where the closet wall and doors were. back in this brownstone apartment that we were doing some work in. If you can recall, there were some projects upstairs, but down here I wanted to bring the notice about a mantle piece that wasn't originally here, and that was installed here. It was, you can see it was fitted to fit in with the existing hearth down here, and it was some damage to the wood, so it was added pieces of new maple, which is going to be stained to match, and that was installed up and still has to be completed. And then we were in here. We had a little work done in the bathroom where they wanted to put an exhaust fan in, and so an electrician came in and he wired for the fan, and he had to do some damage here. So this is going to be repaired. You know, he had to snake a new line in and come in at the switch here, so that we can have a switch for the fan, separate switch for the fan, and switch for the light, and a separate switch for the light here. So that's going to be patched up, and we hope to show you how that's done.
Now, as you can see, this is a basement that's under construction still, even though they've moved some items in here. What I'd like to do is take you around and walk you through it and show. Now, a lot of work has been completed in this basement, but little things happen. For example, there's lights that still have to be connected and adjusted. The majority of the painting's already been done in here. In this particular basement, the people decided to use sheetrock, and they used a wallpaper called a fresco, which you can pick up in certain hardware stores. And what's nice about fresco is it's a molded wallpaper, and you can paint it. And these people tended to use a light blue. They also used a two-tone pattern, if you can come this way, where they use a darker blue to give it a sense of depth. So this is actually kind of a nice idea. Now, what we recently did today, and what we're not going to go into today, we'll show you in the later shows, we installed louver doors, bifold doors, to hold closets, and to cover our utility spaces. These are some double doors over here. What we're going to do today is we're going to put in some French, what are called double French doors. We're going to install them in here. Now, normally what we would do is we would build a frame, a door frame, but these particular French doors are what they known as called pre-hung, which means they come with the door frame in them, and all we have to do is install them. So while we're waiting for our contractor to show up, who's going to actually do the job, I'll show you some more of the basement. Now, over here, we have pillars. Later, these will be dressed in a kind of molding. And in here, what we've done is we've hung other doors to the boiler room. See? Louver doors for the boiler room to create circulation, because you never want a gas buildup to be. That's why we've also installed gratings to make sure there's circulation. Now, this is out on the island, so Lilco recommends a 12 by 12 foot grating, but what we did is we installed multiple 6 by 8 gratings, one on the bottom, which you can't see, one on the top, and on the opposite side. Okay, so in here what we did is we put, again, doors for the closets. We have to put the doorknobs in still, but these are pre-painted doors. We painted them ourselves. And one for the laundry room, which we, again, we have to still put in the door hardware. All right, so that concludes this segment. I guess when we come back, we'll be back with our contractor, and we'll show you how to install double French doors. Okay, we're back with contractor Michael Nero. Michael, thank you for being on the show. Okay, and Michael's going to show us how to install French double doors. So, Michael, tell us a little bit about the doors that you picked.
Well, as you notice, this door comes strapped and all wrapped up so that you can carry it right out of the lumberyard. And this particular door is 48, 4 feet by 80, which is the standard height.
I didn't know because I helped lug this door out of the lumber yard.
It also comes 5 foot, and I believe you can get it 6, or you can have it custom made to 8 or 10 or whatever. It's a double door. These happen to be 2 foot French doors, already pre-hung in the jamb.
Okay, now Michael, what made you pick 4-foot doors?
Okay, well, our space, if we can walk over to this way and see our space, what we have. We have this area here that was just a little bit under 6 feet, and I decided I wanted to protrude out so that when the doors are open, they're tucked to the side so that when it's opening, because there's going to be a lot of traffic coming through here. Okay. And I also went up beyond the 80 inches because I want to allow for what's going to be the floor, the space for the floor, which is the plan to be, the owners want to have ceramic tiles, so I'm going to allow for an inch or so.
All right, so I guess let's take some pictures.
Well, you need, once you get the jamb in place, that may take some regular carpenter tools because I had to frame it out with the 2x3s I put here. So that was a hammer and the nails and the tape and the basic tools, basic carpenter tools. Okay. And to come back later, you want to have just a hammer and nail or a screw, screwdriver, you want to put it in the screws.
So no level or plane?
Well, you're going to need a level.
Okay.
So now, another thing is to determine which where you want the door to swing. I already mentioned earlier that I made this area so that the doors can tuck in, so that means the doors are going to swing on this side. So you have to check to see which way the hinges are. Okay. The hinges are on this back side, that means they should be on the inside the way the doors come. Removing the tacks with my shoemaker pliers, which is a good nail puller. I always keep checking my measurements just to make sure we're all safe and sound here. So we got 82 1/4, and that's our exact. Remember, we had 82 and 3/4 at the top.
Now, one of the things I can't stress to you enough is that in a lot of home repairs you'll do is the necessity of having tools. A lot of people tend to, use the old junky toolbox that you've got in the closet. If you're really serious about doing home repairs, you should go out and purchase the right tools. A tape measure, the proper type of hammer. These things make the job that much more easier when you're installing things.